From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Ooh, this is feeling like new ground.
I know.
Entering.
It's like the first day of school.
Oh, I tell you.
I know.
No pressure, guys.
Yes, hello and welcome.
Yeah, let me take attendance here. Let's see, Ava.
I'm here, present.
Okay, Devin never here. Okay, but he's here. Andrew, Gold Star. Okay, all right, perfect attendance. Yeah, good morning, by the way. I'm Devin Brooks. It's Monday, June 2nd. We're so happy to have you for our very first 8 a.m. show here on GMQC.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ava Hedges, and just a quick programming note. We wanted to make sure we let you know before we started this new edition of GMQC at 8. So Devin and I will be switching off doing these shows. So some days you'll see Devin and Andrew at the desk, and then other weeks you'll see me and Andrew at the desk.
That's why they call us anchor/reporters. So that way we can report out in the community as well, right?
Yeah.
And bring you other stories throughout the day, and as well as have those exclusive content on our shows as well. So that's kind of how that's going to work.
Of course.
Give
and
you a
don't
little
worry,
bit into the future, right?
It doesn't mean any of us are going anywhere.
Yeah.
It just means that we have other responsibilities that we're also taking care of when we're not here at the desk.
Yeah, Devin wasn't in trouble that time, right?
No,
So, yeah.
never that.
You don't worry. And then we're just going to have updated news and weather for you, and really just what you care about and what's taking place in the community at that time. So we just can't wait to really get the ball rolling with this, and we're finally
so
here.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have a lot in store weather-wise that we want to talk about.
We do. I mean, it's been quite a morning already with all that smoke that's in our sky, still just filling up, and that could be an issue for us this afternoon, especially if you have asthma or any kind of a breathing sensitivity. Really got to keep an eye on the air quality. We do have full sunshine. The only problem is the smoke is really inhibiting a lot of it. So it still looks a little darkish outside here this morning. Temperatures, though, are still rising nicely. We've got these readings in the low 60s right now, and we're going to continue to see these numbers climb. In fact, a big climb is expected today as we get close to 90 degrees this afternoon. Here's our 8-hour tracker that will take us up to that 90 by 4 o'clock this afternoon. But with the heat is going to come some storms eventually. That's tomorrow, where we have this weather impact alert in place from 5 in the evening until 10 o'clock. Large hail, a good rush of wind will be possible with some of those storms. What you're doing right now is a great start by just being on the A+ app, because tomorrow morning we'll have a severe storm discussion at 9 o'clock right where you're at right now on the A+ app. Take you through future track. We'll track those storms, their arrival, and how much rain we're going to get out of those, plus when the skies will clear out of this nasty smoke. That's all coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, this morning we're still waiting for answers on what caused the large fire at Wallace's Garden Center in Bettendorf. Sure, you were talking about this over the weekend. Firefighters received the call for help around 2 p.m. Saturday. Smoke clouds were visible from miles away as firefighters helped evacuate people when necessary. No residents were injured, but a firefighter was taken to the hospital. He's in stable condition. Now, witnesses saying they've never seen anything like this before.
I get in my car and I drive over here to see what's going on, and I look and there's fire and fire everywhere, and it's just crazy. I was scared at some times of it maybe blowing up or anything like that.
Right now, we don't know if there was any damage to the main structure of the garden center. The business is closed until further notice. The fire's cause is still unknown, but Bettendorf Fire and the State Fire Marshal's Office are launching a joint investigation. We've reached out to the Bettendorf Fire Department asking if a temporary closure on Devil's Glen Road is still in effect. We're still waiting to hear back. Well, right now, one of Iowa's U.S. senators is drawing national attention for her comments on possible Medicaid cuts. Senator Joni Ernst, that is facing backlash over how she responded to concerns shared on Thursday. At a forum in Butler County, someone in the crowd yelled that people are going to die without coverage. Ernst's response prompted groans from the audience.
They are not eligible, so they will be coming off. So people are not, well, we all are going to die. So for heaven's sakes.
Ernst says 1.4 million undocumented immigrants are improperly receiving Medicare coverage. A preliminary estimate from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says the proposals would cut health care for 8.6 million people. Now, this morning, Illinois is just one step from approving its next budget, impacting everything from education spending to health care. Governor J.B. Pritzker says he's looking forward to signing the $55 billion budget passed by state lawmakers on Saturday. There are new taxes on tobacco, vapes, sports gambling, and foreign and out-of-state business income. Cuts from previous years is a $330 million health insurance program for non-citizens that's set to be replaced with a $110 million program for seniors. The new budget fully funds K through 12 schools at $307 million, but it doesn't add funding for the property tax relief typically tied to education funding. Under the budget, funding for the Illinois Community College Board would decrease by $24 million. State universities would see a 1% boost in funding. That's less than the 3% increase the governor pushed for. Now, State Senator Mike Halpin, who represents Northwest Illinois, says he's happy with parts of the budget, but he voted against it, saying he's, quote, frustrated with the lack of commitment to our higher education institutions, particularly Western Illinois University. Halpin goes on to say, quote, I will push hard in the coming months to ensure Illinois properly funds our higher education institutions. Western Illinois will not be forgotten. Right now, QCA local Madison Keys completed at the French Open against Haley Baptiste. Keys didn't downplay the match today, saying Baptiste will be a challenge, and she expects a good match today. The two Americans faced off for a spot in the quarterfinals. Coco Gauff, pre-tournament favorite, waits on the other side of the match, having already secured her spot in the quarterfinals. It's 8:07, still ahead. A dinosaur in Davenport. What new dino skeleton is coming to the Putnam, and when it will be available for the public.
And a lot of smoke in our skies still this morning, but some cleaner skies are on the way, along with a lot of heat and even some thunderstorms. We're going to be tracking some of those storms next as part of a weather impact alert right after the break.
This is Good Morning Quad Cities.
We're going to very likely see some heavy rain take place in many of our hometowns.
We're going to continue to track this and fine-tune those threats.
Bracing for impact as storms roll through our area tonight.
Look at the rainfall, the intensity of that.
The storm system producing some very dangerous conditions.
We had 80-mile-per-hour winds.
The wind was so strong. There was debris flying around crazy.
Disaster proclamations are in effect for more than 20 Iowa counties.
Stream extended coverage. Download on your TV and watch for free. Expertise doesn't come simply from classes and manuals and certifications. Expertise requires real-world experience. That's what Crawford Company has delivered to the Quad Cities for over 70 years. Whether you know us for heating and air conditioning, welded fabrication, plumbing, or electrical, our experts bring you peace of mind knowing you've chosen the best. Crawford Company.
Which would you rather sleep on? Do you have a foundation like that box of toothpicks we just cleaned up in our parking lot? Or does your mattress rest on box springs that give your body the support it needs for a good night's sleep? Call today or visit our stores in Moline and Bettendorf to help us build a custom box spring just for you. Call L&W Bedding for a better night's sleep.
For all these years that we've been working on the 3-degree guarantee, we have raised over $80,000. And I would have to say it's the most successful sponsored partnership, not only here at WQAD, but in the entire market as well. Because we go out of our way to help not only these charities, but the communities involved in these charities. The money that we raise for each and every one of these organizations is a true gift to them.
Pay it forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people.
There's so many great people out here that want to help and give back that they don't know that there's opportunity to do this.
Determined to make a difference in our community.
I always thought about a way I could bring good back into the community.
Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. Nominate somebody on the contest deals page of WQAD.com. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're going to make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward. Brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
Good Morning Quad Cities keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Now's the time to start planning ahead.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
A couple of thunderstorms tomorrow.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
Today, crews are starting construction on a portion of I-80.
Start with a team you trust.
Do you think the greater concern is the higher prices on certain goods these tariffs might bring?
On Good Morning Quad Cities. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. and streaming on WQAD 8+.
Welcome back. It's 8:10, and it's not quite Jurassic Park, but a dinosaur is coming to Davenport. The Putnam Museum announcing a Triceratops will be a new addition in 2027. The dino skeleton is being dug up in Wyoming right now. On June 22nd, a group of 10 people from the Putnam and the community will travel there, bringing back part of the exhibit. The museum CEO says it will be the only dinosaur owned by a museum in Iowa once it's installed.
The Triceratops is a good choice, as it really was a plains dinosaur, so it makes sense fitting in the community. It also fits with the community's mission of really bringing the great things to the community.
She also says they'll partner with Augustana College to prepare the dug up bones so it can be put together quickly. And she says assembly of the dino bones will start next spring. Andrew, I think our weather's going to come roaring at us started this week.
It is, yeah. As we promised, this is going to be a more active week. We're going to be tracking some rounds of showers and thunderstorms. A weather impact alert in place for some of those storms tomorrow. What you need to know about that, we'll track it hour by hour coming up in a moment. I think the big talker today is not going to be just the heat that's coming in, but also this wildfire smoke too, which I'll get to here. Let's get that quick update, see if there's anything slowing down the commute so far, and there is not. It has been a really quiet morning for us in terms of traffic. I hope it stays that way as you get yourself ready to go here shortly. But yeah, a lot of the wildfire smoke still in our sky at this hour. When the sun was lower on the horizon, it was even harder to see through that this morning. That's going to continue to be a big part of our forecast the next couple of days at least. I can say though, air quality, it's holding steady right now, which is good, but I can't guarantee that for the afternoon. Things may quickly go downhill, as they sometimes tend to do as the atmosphere heats up. 60 degrees is where we're at right now, so a real comfortable start to the day. Not even a jacket, I don't think, is necessary for most of us when we're this warm. We have very little in the way of wind, too, and that's another thing that may exacerbate the smoke problem as we go into this afternoon. There you see a lot of 60s, Muscatine kind of the one holdout along with Clinton and a few of our northern hometowns still in the 50s. By the time we get to lunch, mid-80s is where we will be. Now, there's not going to be much humidity attached to this today, so it's not going to be sticky, but it certainly will require some sunscreen as we get up to near 90 this afternoon. That's our plan. Tonight is even warm. We're going to drop temperatures only to about 70, so probably going to need some air conditioning with those warmer temperatures sticking around. Now tomorrow, our weather impact alert is from 5 to 10 o'clock in the evening. So small little 4 or 5 hour window here when we could have a storm or two briefly reach severe limits with a good rush of wind and also some hail. The need will be exactly what you're doing right here. You're on the 8+ app tomorrow morning, actually. About 45 minutes from now tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we'll have a severe storm discussion on the 8+ app, do a deep dive into the severe weather threat. And right now, still sitting at a 2 out of 5 here with our storm zone from the Storm Prediction Center. That's for tomorrow, and notice it encompasses nearly all of our hometowns. What I think is going to happen is tomorrow morning we're going to wake up right around this time. There's going to be this decaying line of thunderstorms coming through. And the beauty of this new newscast here at 8 o'clock, we're going to be tracking those live on Doppler radar as they push through. None of those are expected to be severe. They will put down just a quick heavy downpour and then they dissipate. We get to tomorrow afternoon, lots of clouds, lots of haze, and depending on the cloud cover, that could limit the severe threat tomorrow night. But what we'll be tracking is a rogue storm that comes up from the southwest tomorrow evening, and you're seeing a couple of those right there. Those are the ones that could become briefly problematic for a couple of us in terms of that good rush of wind and perhaps some hail. But once we get past 10 o'clock, the severe threat goes away. We transition to some good downpours through the night tomorrow into early Wednesday morning. that's when we'll see more of this rain continuing to flow through. And you're noticing a theme here. Through Sunrise Wednesday, the majority of this rain is Quad Cities and points east. So if that's where you live, that's where you're likely going to pick up perhaps an inch or more worth of rain. Not everybody's going to see it. There's going to be these narrow little swaths like Future Track is showing, but that is certainly a nice drink of water. In addition to that, we have more opportunities for rain this week, including scattered showers on Thursday into Friday. No severe weather expected with those, by the way, but another chance to get those lawns a little bit of a drink of water in your garden too. Now, all that activity means temperatures are cooler later this week, so this is the only hot day we have in the near term. We'll cool it down with some active thunderstorms potentially tomorrow. The weekend, hey, that's looking nice. We'll clear out likely some of the smoke too, and we'll have temperatures right back into the 80s again.
Yeah, and if anyone sees any kind of unique and cool shots of the sun because of the hazy skies, we would love to see that.
Yeah, it's so much redder. So when you get those sunsets, get your camera out this evening. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and have that on the News 8 app as well, on your mobile phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and horizontal pictures.
Horizontal, please.
Yes. All right. I never follow directions, so yeah, I trust you more.
We'll get you turned around.
Yeah. Thank you. Still ahead. The time is 8:16, and the JDC is just around the corner, and we'll have a look back at the highlights from last year's JDC.
Hey, it's me, the Crawford guy. Is your water heater not working? Do you have a leaky pipe or faucet? Is there a drain that isn't draining? Crawford to the rescue. Crawford's plumbers and drain cleaners are experts at providing real solutions for your real problems. For plumbing installation and repair, make the right call. Crawford Company, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drain cleaning, and electrical.
When news breaks, watch News 8 Plus. See the story as it's happening. Be on the scene faster than ever before. Live updates from the team you trust. Stream breaking news on News 8 Plus. Download free on your TV now.
For all these years that we've been working on the 3-degree guarantee, we have raised over $80,000. The money that we raise for each and every one of these organizations is a true gift to them.
We have always bought our bedding here with L&W. Been very happy with the service, and above all, we've been pleased with the quality of the merchandise that we purchased.
I mean, I just turn it over every 3 months. It's still just as comfy. I've had my L&W mattress for 24 years.
We know they're made individually right here, and then if we needed service, we knew that L&W was available to take care of us if that would be necessary.
L&W Bedding, Moline and Bettendorf.
When you need electrical work, count on Crawford Company. The Autolite electricians at Crawford Company have been serving the area since 1967. We can help you with installation, repairs, wiring, lighting, and low-voltage electrical like Ethernet cables. Plus, if you have more than just electrical needs, Crawford can be your one-stop contractor. For heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drain cleaning, and electrical, count on Crawford Company.
Pay it forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people.
There's so many great people out here that want to help and give back that they don't know that there's opportunity to do this.
Determined to make a difference in our community.
I always thought about a way I could bring good back into the community.
Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. Nominate somebody on the contest deals page of WQAD.com. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're gonna make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward, brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
The WQAD8 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
What is Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' proposal?
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Weather Impact Alert is in place.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
There are a couple hundred people here.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. WQAD8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. It's 8:19, and a popular agribusiness show, Market to Market, is coming to our area. Tomorrow, the PBS program will be in LeClaire for its 4th stop, celebrating its 50th year. Its reporting covers trade, the environment, technology, markets, and more. The free reception starts at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Agriculture matters to the Quad Cities. I don't think there's an area in the country that it matters to almost as much as anything is right there in town.
Market analyst Ted Seafried will be there with Yeager, and they'll be recording an episode of their Market to Market podcast at the Mississippi River Distilling Company Celebration Center. Well, starting today, a couple traffic updates we want to tell you about. You take a look at your screen. Main Street in Davenport will be closed between Locust Street and Palmer Drive. Crews will be resurfacing the road, installing new curbs and gutters, and making ADA sidewalk improvements. Access to locations east and west of Main Street will be available through Harrison or Brady Street. Work is expected to last through the end of September. Also today, crews in Bettendorf will begin widening a portion of Devil's Glen Road. The work will increase the number of lanes from 2 to 4 lanes and includes the addition of a right turn lane at 53rd Avenue. Because of the construction, Devil's Glen Road will be closed to southbound traffic from Hopewell Avenue to Forest Grove Drive. Work is expected to take 4 weeks. And in Muscatine, parts of North Tipton Road and Salisbury Road will be closed to through traffic. The closure is part of a reclamation project. The city estimates the project will take about 4 to 5 weeks. Now let's turn to Andrew with a look at our current conditions on the roads.
Yeah, traffic, Devin, this morning has been quiet as can be. Just watch out for those construction zones. They are popping up everywhere as crews take advantage of the dry weather to get some smoother pavement, hopefully in your neighborhood or your neck of the woods at your commute. Let's get you a live look from our Davenport Eagle Eye. Things moving along. Nothing is delayed. Get ready for a hot day, though. Our weather kid from Dixon today, Rosabelle, tracking temperatures up to near 90 this afternoon. Lots of haze from wildfire smoke. When we're going to clear some of that out with the help of some rain and also a weather impact alert in place for storms tomorrow. We'll be tracking those hour by hour coming up after the break.
Good Morning Quad Cities keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Now's the time to start planning ahead.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
A couple of thunderstorms tomorrow.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
Today, crews are starting construction on a portion of I-80.
Start with a team you trust.
Do you think the greater concern is the higher prices on certain goods these tariffs might bring?
On Good Morning Quad Cities. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. and streaming on WQAD 8+.
When you need electrical work, count on Crawford Company. The Autolite electricians at Crawford Company have been serving the area since 1967. We can help you with installation, repairs, wiring, lighting, and low-voltage electrical like Ethernet cables. Plus, if you have more than just electrical needs, Crawford can be your one-stop contractor. For heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drain cleaning, and electrical, count on Crawford Company.
Do you want to see kitchen and bath remodel stories that are local to the Quad Cities? Then watch the Village Home Show.
Tune in Sundays at 10:30 a.m. for the Village Home Show, right here on WQAD News 8. Pay it forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people. Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're gonna make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward, brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
I travel quite a bit, and I love getting home and getting into my L&W mattress. It's a solid latex foam core, and so it doesn't create any hot spots or dead spots where the blood flow is cut off. During the day, I don't feel fatigue, I don't feel sore, and so really it's about quality of life. So I recommend L&W bedding to people so that they can get the proper sleep that they need.
L&W Bedding, Moline and Bettendorf.
We're going to very likely see some heavy rain take place in many of our hometowns.
We're going to continue to track this and fine-tune those threats.
Bracing for impact as storms roll through our area tonight.
Look at the rainfall, the intensity of that.
The storm system producing some very dangerous conditions.
We had 80-mile-per-hour winds.
The wind was so strong. There was debris flying around crazy.
Disaster proclamations are in effect for more than 20 Iowa counties.
Stream extended coverage. Download on your TV and watch for free. The WQAD 8+ TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
What is Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' proposal?
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Weather Impact Alert is in place.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
There are a couple hundred people here.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. WQAD 8+. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. The time right now coming up on 8:25. Let's get you one last check of the forecast here. That includes a lot of haze and wildfire smoke today. 60 degrees outside as we approach the 8:30 time frame here. We're going to head up to near 90 as we go into this afternoon. No humidity with that at least, so it's fairly comfortable. Light winds out of the south. Tonight, hazy skies will continue and it will be warmer with those readings near 70. Reminder, we have a weather impact alert in place tomorrow evening from 5 to 10. The impact, a stronger storm or two with some hail and some gusty winds. The need will be what you're doing right now here on the 8+ app, including tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. A live severe storm discussion coming your way from yours truly, and Peter Warner will probably be joining us as well. There's your storm zones tomorrow, a 2 out of 5 for everyone. Thinking we still have this decaying round of showers and storms in the morning, but depending on cloud trends for the afternoon, we're going to have to be watching what comes up from the southwest in terms of storms here tomorrow evening. It's 1 or 2 of those right there that could bring us some of those gustier winds. So we'll keep an eye on that for tomorrow. Cooler and hopefully cleaner air coming our way by the end of the week as showers continue, and that should pave the way for a beautiful weekend with sunshine and highs right back into the 80s.
Yeah, that's a reward.
It is, yeah, it really is.
Especially after the start of this week, right? All right, we'll stay on top of it. Thank you so much, Andrew. Well, it's a big day for the Quad Cities as we get closer to the 2025 John Deere Classic. And this is the day when tournament organizers get a chance to talk about the preliminary field list and what the defending champion thinks about its preparations for the 54th edition of the tournament. Last year at this time, Davis Thompson hadn't played in a JDC, but that changed when the 25-year-old entered the final round at Deere Run with a 2-shot lead. Thompson finished his round with a par on 18 to make some history at the John Deere Classic, setting a new tournament record finish at 28 under par, earning him his first PGA Tour win of his career. Now back to Thompson and trying to join a small group of players who have won back-to-back John Deere Classics, and that list includes the first champion Dean Beeman in 1992 and 1993 champion David Frost. In 2009, 2010, and 2011 champion Steve Stricker. And that means it has been 14 years since we've had a back-to-back champion. Well, the tournament announced the sponsors' exemptions last week, starting with the NCAA champion Michael Lasasso, the junior from Mississippi, is a first-time All-American. And joining him will be Jackson Colvin and Ben James. Now, James played collegiately at Virginia, and he finished second at the NCAA tournament to Lasasso. He's the third-ranked amateur, and Colvin is the second-ranked amateur in the world. He has made the cut 4 times on tour. Today, we're 30 days out, if you're counting, from the start of this year's John Deere Classic Golf Tournament.